Hey guys, it's Cameron Fleming with the Fleming team, and today we're back with another market update here in Columbia, South Carolina for you guys so that you know what's going on here in our market. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with buyers here in the area, and then we're going to talk about what's going on as a seller here in the area. And so to start out, I want to talk about buyers, and I want to talk about one of the things that is going to really affect purchasing a home here as we move forward into 2021 and 2022. And that is that economists are predicting interest rates to rise, right? And so, as interest rates rise, that is going to affect affordability. Now, they do not expect interest rates to rise so much to the point where we're in the 5 and 6% in terms of interest rates. And as a matter of fact, I think if we got to the 5 and 6% in terms of interest rates, I think it would affect affordability so much that you may see a dampering in the market. But they do expect interest rates to rise to 3.5 and 4% as we head into 2021 and 2022, which is going to affect affordability. So that's the one thing to kind of be on the lookout for as we move forward. They do expect interest rates to rise. Now, also coupled with that, they do also expect home values to rise. Economists are saying anywhere from about 7 to 10%. We expect home values to rise over the next 12 months. So again, with rising interest rates and rising home values, expect to pay a little bit more for a home as you wait. Now, there are some things that are affecting the market, as of right now, that are kind of a positive for buyers. And if you watched our video last month, you knew we were contending with very low inventory, and we still are. But with that being said, inventory has risen a little bit. And one of the sources that I follow, what they're saying is home sellers are willing to enter the market a little bit later than they have been in times past. And so we're seeing some inventory rise, and what that is doing for buyers is giving them more opportunity, to purchase a home and actually choose from homes. I just remember when there was 0.7 months of inventory, I did a search in Blythewood from 200,000 to 400,000, and there was 4 homes available. So I am seeing, the writing on the wall in terms of inventory increasing, which I think is a good thing for buyers to be able to maybe, win some of these bids without having to be all cash or without having to, cover the full breadth of a short appraisal and things like that. So I see some good things happening. So if you've been in the market to buy a home and it's just been really, really challenging, I recommend to hang in there as we do see some inventory entering back in the market. And I think that's going to help you secure a property. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about, as a home buyer is, what economists predict will happen over the next 5 years. And I think this is something to really think about as you purchase your next home. So economists predict the average $350,000 home to increase in value $93,000 over the next 5 years. So I think as a home buyer, we have to understand, while it is challenging to find a home right now, I really think the benefits of home ownership outweigh those challenges. So I really recommend that you guys hang in there. Okay. And so with that being said, those are kind of my 3 topics that I wanted to go over with home buyers here moving to the area, or just simply trying to find a home in the Columbia, South Carolina area. And I think the biggest takeaway is hang in there. I think some more inventory is coming for you guys. So let's find you something. Now, let's talk a little bit to home sellers and what's going on in the market right now. So I think, basically last month and the month before that, Basically, it was, if you were a home seller, it was how high can I price my home and still get above the asking price, right? And one of the things that I've been kind of sensing in the market, and the data is backing it up now that the data is out, is that inventory is rising. So what that rising inventory has done is kind of slowed the capability for a seller to say, hey, my neighbor sold for, X amount. I want to price mine $15,000 ahead of my neighbor. I think we have to really be cautious as sellers for how we're pricing our homes as more inventory comes on the market. It's one thing, again, like I said, when you're looking in a certain area and there's only 4 homes to choose from, right? That buyer, if they really need to move, they're gonna jump on your house. But when you have 20 homes to choose from, it's a little bit different story. So I think one of the key things that I see in the market is we really want to make sure that you are pricing your home right to set yourself up for success as more inventory comes on the market, and as we enter the fall and the winter, where the amount of buyers can lessen. As a matter of fact, one of the statistics that we take a look at is buyer demand, and for the last 2 months we've seen consecutive decreases in buyer demand, and this is the first time that that's happened since November. Now we're still at on a scale of the scale was to 100. We're still at 86 in terms of buyer demand, so that's still really high. But as buyer demand wanes, I think as a seller, we just have to make sure that if we want to sell our house and maximize on today's market, that we're being realistic. Now, another thing to kind of take a peek at if you're a seller right now is rising interest rates. So rising interest rates is going to affect the affordability of your home, which may constrict the buyer pool that can afford your home. And it really depends on the price point that you're in. But that's something that I definitely recommend, that when you have a consultation with your seller's agent, that you make sure that you're talking about these things and talking about, hey, how does the buyer pool look in terms of affordability? For my home, has that shrunk? And I think that is one of the things to definitely consider as we talk about the timing of selling your home. And so, guys, that's my housing market update. We're here in July. Today's July 21st. So as of right now, that's what I'm seeing in the market. If you guys have questions about what's going on in the market, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We love to talk about real estate with you guys. Until next time, peace.